Assalamu alaikum, dear students. It's me, Mohammad Zubair Khan, and we are discussing the weighted aggregative indices and some special cases of the weighted aggregative indices. And in previous class, we have discussed the formulas of Leigh pairs, the Parshis, the Fishers, and the Marshall-Edwards price indices. Now I will going to solve a question. It's a practical question that how to calculate the different weighted aggregative indices by using some data. So let me show you practically that how you can find out all these components for the formulas. Remember, if the data is given, calculate Leigh pairs, Parshis and Fisher price indices, as well as we will calculate the Marshall-Edwards also at the end. But we have to calculate the four price indices: Leigh pair, Fisher, and after that Parshis, as well as the Marshall. The data is given of 2 years for 1980 and 1981. And 1980 as a base year. So the prices of four commodities are given. Four commodities are given A, B, C, D, and their price is also given in 2 years. In 1980, the price of commodity A is 10, then 8, then 5, and 4. In 1981, the price increased by 12, then it's remained the same. This becomes 6, and this remains same. As well as the quantities for 2 years is given. So if you see the quantities, so for 1980, the quantities are given, and for 1981, the quantities are given for each commodity. But we have to represent the prices and the quantities of current time period and base time period with different notations that we need in the formula. So notation that we are using for base time period, the prices which are given in base time period, that is P naught, and the prices which are given in current time period, that is P1. It's only one current time period we have, that's why we will take P1. If we have more than one time period, so we will take P1, P2, P3, P4, as well as Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and so on. And the quantities which are given in current in base time period, that is Q naught. So this is the given data. What we need to calculate, first we will write the formulas as I did here. We will write the formulas for Leigh pairs, Parshis, Fisher, as well as Marshall. What we have to do, what we need. So here if you see, for Leigh pairs, we need P1 Q naught divided by P naught Q naught. It means that we have to find out P naught Q naught, as well as we have to find out P1 Q naught. So how we can find out? We will make the columns. Just the product. Q naught is given, Q naught is given, P naught is given, Q1 is given, Q naught is given. Just multiply them. So first we will make the column of P1 Q naught. P1 Q naught means multiply P1 prices in current time period with the quantities. So here 20 multiplied it by 12, so it will become 240. Then 16 multiplied by 8, it will become 128. Then 10 multiplied by 6, it will become 60. Then 7 multiplied by 4, so it will become 28. And then you will find out the sum up. Add them. So you will get the value. After that, another columns we need in the formula, P naught Q naught. So we have P naught as well as we have Q naught. Just multiply them. So 10 multiplied by 20, it will become 200. Then 16 multiplied by 8, 128. Then 10 multiplied by 5, 50. Then 7 multiplied by 4, 28. And then sum up. So you will get the sum of these product also. After that, we need in the next formula for Parshis, we need P1 Q1. So what we have to do? We will multiply P1 with Q1, means 12 multiplied by 22, 8 multiplied by 18, 6 multiplied by 11, 4 multiplied by 8, and so on. So after finding the products, after finding the multiplication of these numbers, you will get these four columns. Now, what we need in the formula, so we will find out their summations. After finding the summations, we will put all those summations in the formula so we can get the desired value. Remember one thing, when we are talking about the base year, so the base year that we have 1980. So the price indices for Lesper, it should be 100%. For Poshies, it should be 100%. For Fisher, it should be 100%. For Marshall Edward, it should be 100%. For what? For 1980, because this is the base year. But for next year, we will get these values, and that will be the difference. For next year, for example, for 1981. For 1981, if we are finding the Lesper price index, so first we will write the formula, then we will put the value from these summations, then do the division, multiply with 100, so it will become 112.32% is the value of Lesper price index. The Parshis price index, the Parshis price index is that when we are putting the values and multiply with 100, so we are getting 112.20%. This is the value of Parshis price index for 1981. But for 1980, it becomes what? 100%, because 1980 is the base year. So we are doing comparison with the base year. We are doing comparison with from the base year, and we are subtracting 100 from the current year. Now for Fisher, after finding these two, just multiply them, because in the formula says multiply and take square root. So when we multiplying them, and then if we take square root, so it will become this value, 112.26%. And for Edward Marshall, we are using this particular formula, summation of P1 Q 0 plus summation of P1 Q1 divided by summation of P 0 Q 0 plus summation of P 0 Q1 and multiply by 100. So we have all these summations, just put them, add them and multiply with 100, so it's giving us what? 112.38%. So according to Lesper price index, the prices are increased by 12.32%, according to Lesper's price index. According to Parshis price index, the prices are increased by 112.20%. Sorry, 12.20%. According to Fisher price index, the prices are increased by 12.26, because when we subtract 100 from 112.26, so it becomes 12.26%, according to Fisher price index. And according to Marshall Edward price index, the prices are increased by 12.38%. So these are the different calculations that how you can find out the 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 the, the weighted aggregative indices by using these different formulas, and these are very much important to understand, because we are using the Lesper's or the Parshis or the Fisher price indices for CPI, also consumer price indices. For consumer price indices also you are using these formula, or for the cost of living indices you are using these formulas. That's why you have to understand all these particular calculation, and the calculation is very much easy. Just you should try to follow the procedure of the question. According to the formula, just make the columns and then find the summations, put the summations, do the division, multiply with 100, so you will get the values. So by this way you can use you can find out the different special aggregative indices. Thank you very much. You should try to search out about this particular topic through internet, as well as some books which are already as a reference book I gave you. So you should try over there also and find few datas and do some practice to calculate these special price indices. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.